another Ask Nerida Joy video. I am here to share with you some Q's and A's, some tips today from some of my viewers that ask me questions on my channel and in emails. And I will say, for most of you, if you are wanting a fairly in-depth question answered, if you could please write it on my under my comments under my channel, so that when I'm speaking about different topics that everybody can learn from it. And in an email, I'm not a typist, so it takes me a long time to type, and it's much easier. I would prefer it if I can just share that with everybody, that we can all learn from, you know, our questions and answers. So that would be great if you wouldn't mind doing that. On the YouTube comments, answers and Q's will be better and more answered in that avenue. So I wanted to answer the first question here was, why does someone get so dark around the mouth? Like, what does that mean? And, you know, this is all our female sex organs in face mapping. So that's why certain times of the month you get much darker around this area of the face. And it's also an area when, you know, if you are on a contraceptive pill, which is why you get sometimes a melasma on the top of the lip. And that is something that is very sensitive to, obviously, estrogen, which is what our pills are, the contraceptive pill, and of course sunlight. So it's really important to make sure that you are doubling up with your sunblock in those areas. And also when we're driving, we have that visor that hits us here, but it does not protect any of this down here. So it's really important to make sure that you are using a really good sunscreen, that you're protecting and layering a lot more on this area, even, you know, if you are not getting darker around the mouth. But this whole area here, the reason you get darker there is because it's all hormonal. And of course, if you aren't being diligent with your sunscreen, then you will be adding to that discoloration and getting the brown blotchiness, which is from the sun. So some people are very prone to it. I personally do not get coloring around my mouth at all, but some people are very prone to it, and they do really get a lot of color that comes up around the mouth each, you know, certain times of the month. So it is a hormonal area. It is something that possibly could be adjusted if you are on a contraceptive pill and you do have the discoloration above the lip. Then you can change your pill, and some pills will not do that and others will do that a lot more. So just so that you know, it doesn't always have to be like that. If you are using a lightening and brightening product though, to try and lighten and brighten that area, it's important that you aren't using anything, the hydroquinones, the really aggressive types of bleaching, because that won't ever go 100% anyway if you are on a contraceptive pill. So it is something, it's just keeping it at bay, keeping it lighter and brighter. Maybe you're using, you know, a vitamin C product in the daytime, which is giving you that extra protection from the sun. You should be using a physical sunblock, which has your titanium and zinc in it, which really gives you that extra sun protection without it being irritating on the skin. A lot of sunblocks, because of the chemicals, can not only give the skin a chemical burn, but they can also make dark areas more of a problem, because chemical burns will make your skin darker and more blotchy. So it is really important that your sunscreens that you are using are physical blocks, which is your titanium and zinc. And you need to really layer up well around this area, but that is all a hormonal area. And as I said, if it's something that was a little darker to you, was not, you know, do know there are options. And usually if you are on a contraceptive pill, as I said, you might need to change it if you have that discoloration around the mouth that is bothersome to you, because even having any form of a peel done, it's still going to come back, and you will not get rid of it 100% while you are on a contraceptive pill. And that's just how that works, unfortunately. So be really good with your sunscreen, layer. Don't be afraid when you put your sunscreen on, put it all over your face, but go back on your areas where you have your melasma and double up, maybe 2 or 3 times with your sunblock. Wait a minute or two in between each application and go back and reapply it, and that will really help to keep those darker areas at bay. So I hope that has answered your question for today, and I know I'll be back again soon answering more questions. So thank you for listening, and I'll be back soon. Bye-bye.